My name is Nikki Mohan, and I will be your host today. This is the fourth tutorial in the Leadership 2020 series called Parts Whole Thinking. During the course of this tutorial, you will be able to explain parts whole thinking, be able to describe the importance of systems thinking, and be able to identify the impact a missing component will have on an organization. But before we begin, I want to welcome you to the Committed Sardine channel. When our team developed the Springboard 21 model, we were inspired by the work of Peter Senge, Richard Elmore, Michael Fullen, and my absolute favorite, Robert Schwartz. All of these great thinkers point us in the direction of looking at an organization from a systems perspective. Their work stresses that our learning organizations must be viewed as a system made up of several components, and that all the components must be carefully considered to ensure the smooth operation of that system. Further, they state that we simply cannot focus on single elements, and because all the components are interconnected, changes made to any one component in isolation must be accompanied by corresponding shifts to the others. The Springboard 21 model, as discussed in the third tutorial, is comprised of 6 pillars that make up the whole organization. Each pillar is a critical component of the organization. If any one of these pillars are neglected, it is like missing a piece of a puzzle, and the puzzle can never be completed without it. Robert Schwartz's Parts Whole Thinking framework shows categorically that addressing all the essential pillars and their respective elements will create the opportunity for success in a modern learning organization. Leaders who have an understanding of the parts whole concept are able to identify the strategic and actionable priorities that are most likely to align with these essential pillars and elements and, in turn, successfully influence change. When considered together, parts whole thinking for modern learning organization success might look like this. However, if any one of the pillars is missing or deficient, success is unlikely. For example, if change readiness were missing or significantly neglected, it will likely result in disconnect between stakeholders. If learning environments are neglected, this can lead to ineffective implementation, inconsistent pedagogical practice, and ultimately diminished student learning. If the capacity for organizational change is ignored, it will likely result in a failure to launch, or at the very least, a short-lived effort. If resource allocation and deployment lacks thoughtful, proactive, and strategic planning, the organization will likely experience sustainability challenges. The absence of data-informed practices across the organization promote a lack of quality control. And finally, ineffective IT/ET practices will likely cause inconsistent performance and results, operational inefficiency, and wasted dollars. Put together again, parts whole thinking for modern learning organization success looks like this. Using the parts whole thinking concept clearly illustrates that cohesive and comprehensive consideration of all pillars and their respective elements are critical in order to yield organizational success. So, my question to all leaders out there: how often do you use parts whole thinking or systems thinking or something like this in your leadership? Also, consider how you know when one of the foundational pillars has been neglected. How do you determine the organizational impact of its neglect? And how do you remedy it? Please let us know in the comment section below. For those of you who want to know more about the pillars and the parts whole thinking concept, you can refer to Chapter 4 of the book Leadership 2020. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Our team will be more than happy to chat with you. Thank you for joining me for the 4th tutorial in the series. If you enjoyed this session, please give us a thumbs up. And if you can, leave us a comment below and also tell us from where you are and a little bit about yourself. I also want to remind you that if you want to dive deeper into leadership and any one of the pillars, we will be holding workshops during which we walk you through all the pillars so that you will be able to apply your learning immediately to your organization. To know when these workshops are taking place, watch the space. And if you haven't already, subscribe. But more importantly, hit that bell icon to be notified of what's happening on the Committed Sardines channel. Thanks for watching. See you soon.